Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States and one of the most colorful voices of America.
Believe you can, and you're halfway there.
Before Theodore Roosevelt was president, he was a member of the First United States Volunteer Academy, known forever as the Rough Riders, for indeed they were.
A determined conservationist and a true patriot, Roosevelt became president at the start of a brand new century in the young nation called the United States of America.
Do what you can with what you have, where you are.
By the time America was only 100 years old, it had already made its mark as one of the greatest nations in the history of civilization.
Yet, we only had 8,000 tons and 10 miles of paved road.
The average worker makes $12.98 a week.
President Roosevelt said,
The government is us. We are the government, you and I.
and then he said,
Far and away, the best prize life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
finally he said,
I'm only an average man, but by George, I work harder at it than the average man.
that was America of 1901 America.
As the world turned into a new century, America turned into a place where everyone wanted to be. Patriotism reached new heights in 1904 and the place to be was St. Louis, Missouri for the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, more commonly known as the World's Fair.
The war to end all wars is over.
The country and the world were emerging from a rough era of war and epidemic.
There is even talk of revenge against the countries that seem to have caused the conflict.
But President Woodrow Wilson said,
Peace has to be a peace of reconciliation. A peace without victory, for a victor's peace would be a sting, a resentment, a bitter memory upon which terms of peace would rest. Not permanently, but only as upon quicksand.
From this idea, a League of Nations was born. President Wilson said this about America.
America is not anything if it consists of each of us. It is only something if it consists of all of us.
All together, America is ready to celebrate and have some fun.
So the 1920s came in with a roar and a dance that was the cat's meow.
Extra, read all about it. October 29, 1929, Black Tuesday, Wall Street Crisis, Great Depression begins.
For the next 12 years, America and the rest of the Western industrialized world suffered what's come to known as the Great Depression.
The Dust Bowl, bank closures, a collapse in agriculture, and other problems plagued the nation, and times were hard.
America bent, but it did not break. President Franklin Roosevelt said,
I pledge myself, a new deal for the American people.
"Not everyone know President Roosevelt's New Deal, but there was definitely a new feeling in the 1930s.
America rolled up its sleeves and got to work, finding happiness and satisfaction in an upbeat song and dance.
Everybody
that was not the case.
In the 1940s, World War II broke out. American soldiers were again on the battlefields of Europe and Asia.
Young women were working in factories at home to support the war and as nurses on the war front.
And young men were signing up in Dovers and being shipped all over the world as defenders of freedom and liberty. Once again, families and friends were separated, and the loneliness of war took a toll on all Americans.
Yet it was a promise of being back together with family and friends, helped young couples, brothers and sisters, moms and dads, and all fellow Americans survive the pain of separation and believe in brighter days ahead.
Dear Mom and Pop, it's almost been 11 months since I last saw you. I look at your pictures many times day and night.
I read your letters over and over. This war in Europe rages on and on, as it does in Asia, and it seems every other part of the world. I cannot tell you where I am.
But it is cold, wet, and lonely as can be. I can't wait until this war is over and I can come home.
No need to worry, Mom and Pop. I'll be home real soon.
The days are lonely, the nights are long. As I sit writing my sad, sad song, I promise you as I gaze at the moon that I'll be home. I'll be home real soon. So far from home, I'm so sad and blue. I only smile when I think of you. When we're apart, my song is out of tune. But I'll be home. I'll be home real soon. I see my friends and family in every crowd. I say their names out loud. Though we're apart, they're in my heart. I can't wait to come home. The days are lonely, the nights are long. As I sit writing my sad, sad song, I promise you as I gaze at the moon that I'll be home. I'll be home real soon. I'll be home real soon. I'll be home real soon. I'll be home real soon.
At last, the long war between Europe and Asia is finally over. The men
And woman.
are coming home.
Ironically, the war was actually a boost to the American economy, and hope for happy and brighter days ahead made America a happy and happening place to be.
Hello, baby! Welcome to 1959. Things are looking up, boys and girls. World War II is over. The economy is pumping along. America's feeling good. So get your poodle skirts, slick back your hair, get your daddy's T-bird, because America's on a rock and roll.
1933 to 1945.
Even after years in the White House, Miss Roosevelt continued to be one of the most influential women in American history. She was a champion for civil rights, a new idea of the United Nations, and of course, women's rights.
A woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what a country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
World War II hero John F. Kennedy became President of the United States in 1960 and challenged America to set lofty goals for its future.
As we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
Very lofty.
We choose to go to the moon.
See what I mean?
We choose to go to the moon and do these other things, not because they're easy, but because they're hard.
That was the spirit of America in the 1950s and 1960s. The idea of America grew ever brighter.
Man may die, a nation may rise and fall, but an idea lives on.
Our best ideas have always been the ones that we work together as a nation to bring to reality.
In a very real sense, it will not be one man going to the moon, but an entire nation, for all of us must work to put him there.
The common dream of a great nation was being passed from one generation to the next.
Let the word go forth from its time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch is passed to a new generation of Americans.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
I still have a dream. It is deeply rooted in the American dream.
That's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speaking about hope and the American dream.
I still have a dream that my children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
The 1960s and 70s were an important time growing up years in this great country called America. In some ways, they were difficult years indeed.
But for those who believe in the beauty of the dream, we also believe that after each struggle, America comes out better on the other side.
It is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
That's the real dream of America's true voices.
Oh dear, honey, I believe those people are hippies.
I can't tell if it's my own or with that long hair.
Be careful, dear. You don't know what they've been into.
You gotta,
Think I'm full of heavy.
you gotta chill, man. We're just happy to be alive. Sure, it's so true. In the 1960s and 70s, there were a lot of Americans disillusioned by yet another war that would seem to be impossible generation gap.
Many were tired of wars overseas and cultural wars at home. America was ready for a period of peace, love, and brotherhood.
Right on. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence in every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face."
Woodrow Wilson said, "America lives in the heart of every man who wishes to find a region where he will be free to work out his destiny as he chooses."
Theodore Roosevelt said, "This country will not be a good place for any of us to live in unless we make it a good place for all of us to live in."
As he stepped on the moon, Neil Armstrong said, "This is one small step for man, but one giant leap for mankind."
And America, indeed, did take giant steps forward.
Today, there is a new set of voices in this land called America, and we who you see here are the new set of American voices. As we grow from the ones who lived before us, our voices join the chorus that makes up the beauty of the American song. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Building
5th grade, you were fantastic.